something slightly less technical than usual for VueReal. I think we have shown in the past quite a level of detail of what we're doing about our mass transfer. And I want to add something about K-matrix for mass adoption. Because to adopt a micro-LED display, technical achievements are very, very important. We all work with IQE, EQE, yield, color uniformity, cost reduction, et cetera, but only focusing on technical parameters, I think we may fall short to mass adoption, especially fast. It's like to answer the previous speaker question. How can we be fast in the market in 18 months? What else, on top of the technical detail, we have to focus? Because right now, my idea is that this is a situation, like I perceive it. We are under siege, guys, because we are the new kids on the block. We're fighting against a lot of technology that's been in the market for the last 30 years or more, and we want a piece of the cake in the market, in the business. We all want to make money, and we are under siege. Micro-LED means everything and nothing. It's a buzzword, right? Micro-LED is for low PPI display, high PPI display, augmented reality, transparent display. There is a ID lighting solution. It's a plethora of different product segment market, but we all under siege by the previous guys on the block. LCD is a very old technology, has been already dethroned by the OLED for the display segment and the high tier, but it's still there. There is still a niche. LCOS, my previous speaker, he wants my piece of cake, right? Because he has some good point. LCOS is here, you can do RGB, Meta go for LCOS. OLED wants to stay relevant, you know? We try to get in the market, we say, we've been working for this for 5 years, OLED has been in the business for 30 years, guys. And then here, you can buy micro-LED display with OLED today, no problem, okay? And so we really are under siege. And my fear, our company fear, is that just focusing on technical detail won't make it, because we are really, really fighting against big guy. So let's do a step back. What are the key drivers point for mass adoption for any new technology? Well, for sure, the new technology has to be better than the previous. We need to have major performance enhancement, like LCD and OLED. Has to be very, very important that we do better. We need to provide advanced future. The new technology has to provide something that with the old one, you cannot make it. Has to be easier and low cost. We all want to make money, and this is very nice for everybody. And has to be able to enable new design, new things. And here's what I will speak a little bit more in my presentation, because micro-LED sometimes are stopped not only by technical, but also by imagination of a new product. Too much hype for too much time, and people may not believe it. So let's do just a small analysis. I'm not going to speak about detail this table, but I want to focus, it's a classical table, OLED versus micro-LED versus VueReal approach to micro-LED. You can take a look more in detail later when you can download this presentation. But I want to focus on few points. We already know the LED can be better, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to bore you with this. I think we already went through. But I want to focus on few things, because new design, new innovation, new product, think out of the box is what I want to focus. And I want to focus on flexibility and transparency. OLED can be flexible, they cannot be transparent. 40% average is the maximum transparency that OLED can have. VueReal already demonstrated this year CES, and last year we can have a full transparency display, 10-inch, 12-inch, with 80% plus transparency. And this will be relevant later on, and I will explain you why. And also, micro-LED with the VueReal approach of mass transfer, at least for low PPI display, transparent display, enable design that no other technology right now can enable. And this is my point, because let's be honest, OLED are catching up for luminescence. So they become brighter and brighter, they become more efficient, they're improving the lifetime, and you can buy everything you want right now. So they're catching up really. So how can we fight back? Well, I believe we have to fight back with new design consideration. We have to think about total ownership cost of a product, right? Not just how much a panel costs, but how much the solution costs, how much money I can save to my customer. And this is a point that ad speakers in these days have already done. And because we have to think of micro-display, doesn't matter what is your business, your segment market, not as just a technology, but a platform on next generation device. Has to be an aggregator for multiple emerging technology, not just micro-LED display, right? Why? Because micro-LED display, at least VueReal style, can enable integration of sensor, communication, modules, a lot of different technology in one single panel. This is just a concept idea, right? This is a museum. It's an interactive, transparent display in a museum, very high brightness, that cannot be done with any other technology in the way we envision, where we integrate in the panel, in that display, ID recognition, visitor dynamics information, ER tracking, 3D gesso. You arrive, hi Giuseppe, welcome back to the museum. You know from the last time there was this, and point to something different. In an interactive experience, it's a human-machine interface. Everything condensed in one single display, and that's just one example, because that's the point. We need to integrate micro-LED with advanced feature, not only future. I'm not talking about the resolution. I'm not talking all about gamma correction, all the technical juggernauts that we always speak every day in our team. We need to integrate advanced functionality, high transparency, self-power, high brightness, high content, wherever you want, wherever your heart desire. And we have to speak now with the market about this, even before our technical solutions are ready to be in the market. We all know that we have still a few bits in the technology to fix, maybe, but we have to start the conversation now, not when we end, because we risk that in 2 years, 1 year, 5 years, depending your segment, your technology, that you have a wonderful solution. It's not up to the market. The market doesn't believe it. It's been too long, or there is not enough appetite for it. And so, what became important? New advanced functionality. And amongst one of the most important, I believe, is lamination and high transparency is one that micro-LED enable, at least for the low PPI display segment market. Why? Because VueReal today can make any glass transparent surface as a hub display, okay? This is something that we show at CES, and that's mean, think about it, go home tonight, go look around. Every piece of glass, every piece of transparent glass can become a new thing, a new product, a new interaction, anything. And it's not only limited to glass, but it can become any semi-transparent surface. And that's applied for automotive, apply for example, for mass transfer, apply for human-machine interaction. It's a lot of buzz. I know it seems a little bit too futuristic, but it's not. Intelligence, AI is coming. The automotive sector, for example, automatic mass public transit is coming. And have this kind of interaction where you need high brightness outside, outdoor, and transparent display, it's a real need. And not just from the TV show and sci-fi fiction. I hope everybody here, or a large section here, know sci-fi, and there is nothing more that tell you sci-fi futuristic view than a transparent display we interact with your hands, for example. This is another advanced functionality we show at CES this year. It's a pixel and solar technology. What is pixel and solar? Basically, we combine solar cell and transparent display, because the display can be quite transparent, 80% plus. Underneath, you put a solar cell as a proof of concept on the left that we show at CES. And basically, what you enable, everybody wants a micro-LED watch, and that's a functionality. But what is the advanced functionality? Where you can put the solar cell underneath, and your battery becomes smaller. Smaller battery becomes cheaper smartwatch. So even if the display, the micro-LED display, could be a little bit more expensive than OLED display, your battery becomes shorter, smaller, and it becomes cheaper. Your design becomes sleeker. And depending where you live, you may not even charge your smartwatch every 2 days, but you have to charge every 1 week or every 2 weeks. Advanced functionality adding together. Okay, this is what we want to do, and this is what we're working on. Not just a smartwatch, but a smartwatch with a solar cell underneath. And this is what micro-LED has to think, even before fixing all the different technicality. Another example that we are working very, very hard is automotive. We believe in automotive can be a big player in the micro-LED segment, at least for what we are dealing with. And for example, autonomous car. You will need to tell driver when the car is in it's automatic mode, or when it's driven by a driver. Every surface here don't have to be just a glass. Every surface can be incorporated with micro-LED, and you can provide information. We already saw from this year, last year, automotive try to get this communication LED bar in the cars. And this, with mass transfer at VueReal, can be adopted. Think about the red here. You can provide information. You see maybe our demo. You can provide more information. Hi, I'm stopping, anything, even messaging if the lawmaker will allow it. And so we have to think about MicroLED not only as a technical challenge, but also as a design challenge. We have to go there in the market, speak with designer, industrial designer, artistic people, and say, this is real, this has happened today, it's not a buzzword, it's not in 5 years, it's today. And like multifunctional surface, you can take inspiration for this list. I'm not going to go that, but the point is advanced functionality. And how can we enable this advanced functionality? Well, we believe that our micro-solid printing is an excellent choice for it. And for you, those of you who are not familiar, what is micro-solid printing? Basically, we process the LED wafer, we package them in a cartridge, we bin the LED, we bin the cartridge, so every cartridge has been tested, all the LED are working to increase yield, color uniformity is excellent before less than 2 nanometer per cartridges, and with a single cartridge in a stamp process, I can populate any backplane if it's display, but I can populate any surface, because our technology is relatively agnostic to what we transfer. It's a mass transfer technology that can transfer any terminal device to any kind of surface. Can be glass, can be CMOS, can be PCB, can be any kind of flat surface that we can transfer. And it's very important, because we lower the cost of adoption, we are very flexible, and we create a platform where we have already established a resilient and supply chain, where we have the cartridges, we have the backplane, we have the driving component, we have our micro-solid printing platform where we must transfer LED in this case, because we're speaking about display, or micro driver, AI chiplet, wherever sensors in one surface. And our current applications are for this quite large: automotive, TV, automation, XR, personalized health, everything where you need an interaction, everything that you need a display. And we do this in-house, providing services and final product that you can buy displays, that you just plug and play, or we can licensing to your facility. If you're an OEM, if you want to have the control of the manufacturing, we can license in this technology today. We bring to your facility, we give you the hardware, the software, the know-how, we supply you with cartridges, and you can do this in your house. And sorry, let me go back for a second. And that's very important, because this really has a low capex, low cost introduction to the market. And all of this I show here technically are possible today. And on top of this, we also provide a little bit more. We provide quantum dots, photolithography compatible. We recently went down with 2 micrometer, 3 micron pitch quantum dots color conversion, green and red. And also we provide the white and amber phosphorite. They're all automotive certified, and they all fulfill automotive spectrum. And this allows us more advanced functionality even for the manufacturer. For example, repair, we can use our quantum view repair system. So instead of using repair machines, they're very slow and they require already a high yield, we can use quantum dots to fix it. So I will encourage you to speak with us, because we really believe that MicroLED in all K-matrix has advantages to the old technology, at least for the biggest chunk of the market we want to be. I think we are so confident that right now, not in 18 months, you can buy our design kit. We have developed a big array of design kit. I'm going to display a little bit more in detail, because what we face is sometimes we speak with people, we go in fair, in trade show, we go to conference, and people think MicroLED are a PowerPoint technology or are a sample technology, right? You can have the sample. They believe it is real, but they know that a sample is not a product. There is a universe between a sample and a product. So what we decided is we went very hard last year and this year on RDK design, so we can tell you, no, guys, these are not sample. These are production unit. They are just a few examples that you can play with. You can play in your lab. You can take your own measurement. Don't trust my number of efficiency. Here, the product, check yourself, right? Because we want to be open. We want to be transparent, right, with everything. So we design a lot of RDK kit that you can buy today, not in 18 months. So designer, architects, engineers, tier 1 supplier, tier 2 supplier, they can play with LED and they can see what we can do in different segment market. We have 2 kits about lighting. Lighting is micro-LED. It's a very strong momentum for the market because lighting micro-LED, they provide architecture solution or industrial solution that are impossible with even mini LED or bigger LED. And we have 2 kits, 0.64 and 3.3 inch lighting solution, and we display some here in the booth. We have a micro display kit available. It's a 0.29 inch active matrix, and it's basically an ER display. It's a 1280 by 720 monochromatic RGB panel. For the end of the year, we plan to have it, or for CES. And then the same, you can have it in RGB single panel with quantum dot color convection. And these are RDK kits that you can buy now, not in 18 months. And then we have very strong and transparent display. We have a 3.5 inch and a 10 inch transparent display. The 3.5 inch has a transparency around 60%. The 10 inch has transparency above 80%. We provide all software. You can play a lot because we want to send a message to the market, designer and architecture firm that's, no, micro-LED are real. Micro-LED, thanks to the VueReal mass adoption technology, are here today. You can play with this example. And we already see a big traction in the market. I can give you an example. There was a tier 1 company was not, yeah, you know, micro-LED, many promises, a lot of people, a lot of sample, and they say, no, sorry, for the next product, particular product, we go for mini LED. Then we, okay, please, we send you a RDK design, they try, and their report was we meet and exceed their expectation. So from not believer, they didn't even want to check the sample. They didn't want to measure our sample because they thought they were sample and not product. And now they say, oh, sorry, 2028, we go to the market, it's very good, it's excellent, you meet and exceed expectation because they're real, they can see, because seeing is believing. And that's very important. And these are all RDK kits that you can buy now, you can see in our booth. And so I believe VueReal and this mass technology, it's here ready. And if we combine everything I say today, so technical expertise, speak with the market, think outside the box, start speaking with possible customers for new design, I think we can win the war. Because I'm absolutely sure that micro-LED has all the potential to become the next big things today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Giuseppe. Time for a couple of questions. Questions from the auditorium. Don't be shy.
They're just all booking the RDK from online.
Probably. So what did you bring?
Sorry, we brought here an RDK1 for a micro and an RDK2. It's the transparent display and a different configuration for automotive and transparent display, and they're just outside in our booth.
It's quite a progress that you've made since last year, because I remember last year you were just showing your small micro displays, and now you're bringing the entire line. Yes,
the company worked quite a lot. There's been a lot of restructuring in the company. In January, we were able to access a 40 million Series B funding, or Series C, I don't remember the name, but it's for scaling up, because we finished our R&D phase. The technology is mature. We have demonstrated the technology matureness of the 5999 in the transfer. Our customer, they know all the detail. We are very transparent with a customer because we are on the same boat. Their success is our success, and we share the bad, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and then we get a big support. Because just think about, yesterday Mojo raised 75 million in California. We raised 40 million in Canada. It's a very different environment for semiconductor, guys. It's a very different kind of conversation. So the company has expanded dramatically. They brought new executives like myself and my colleague Sean Mills over here. And there's been a lot of push and a lot of good things happening this year.
Well, good luck. That sounds like a really good progress. Do we have a question?
Good. I convinced everybody. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.